Welcome everyone to Stay in Your Lane. I'm your host today, John Mahle, with a special guest, and your cause is something that we're very passionate about. Jennifer Hedrick, Women in Trucking. I've seen, some of the things. I've seen the trailer outside. That's very special. It's nice to have all of the information. You've got your timeline wall and some of the other things there. But I'd love to hear from you what your message is.
Mm-hmm. So first of all, thanks, John, for having me this morning, and excited to be here at Food Shippers. And you mentioned Women in Trucking, and we are a trade association, and we were founded in 2007, and with a small group of members, and through a lot of perseverance and elbow grease, have grown this organization to be almost 8,300 members strong.
Wow.
Yes, and our mission is really threefold. We seek to create opportunities for women in trucking, celebrate accomplishments, and eliminate obstacles. And we've done those things since 2007, and travel to events such as this and spread the word about the value of adding women to teams and creating more gender diversity in transportation.
Well, I think you bring up some very, very needed points, especially for the women in our industry. I think the last time I looked, women were 7% of our truck drivers. Is that number still accurate?
We do something called the WIT Index at Women in Trucking, and it basically is an industry barometer, and we pull a lot of details on different areas, and one of those is female CDL holders, and our numbers track right about 12% on that female CDL holders, and that doesn't include those that are doing last mile. Some of these other numbers show that information, but ours doesn't focus on that necessarily.
So you're saying 12% of all CDL holders are females?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's good information. And you track that from, where do you get your data?
We have something that we call the WIT Index, and we are actually in the midst of collecting that information now. It's data across a number of different professions in transportation and trucking, not necessarily drivers, but we track information about female leaders in the C-suite, various categories such as HR professionals, technicians, other
so there's
service
a lot of
professionals.
data there.
A lot of data there, and we are finalizing the collection of that now, and then we'll put out a report later this year with highlighting that information that we collect through that.
So you're here now to speak with us at Food Shippers. What do you enjoy most about the conference?
The energy has been terrific, and we just had a session with Cal Ripken Jr., who's one of my childhood heroes. He's the keynote speaker, and it was so fun listening to him talk about his experience with the Baltimore Orioles, but give so many leadership tidbits and the value of perseverance and teamwork and those kinds of things that we can take from sports and apply to our day-to-day lives in business.
Cross over.
So, right.
Well, he's the Iron Man,
he's
right?
He's the Iron Man, and just fun to watch him today talk a little bit about that, and then his experience now continuing to lead in baseball. So that of course was just a treat. But we're getting into today, some of the major issues that shippers are experiencing, and eager to hear more about that. There's a shippers panel coming up that I think will be valuable to us as an organization to really understand what's happening now and some of the areas of interest that we all need to be thinking of.
Well, I think it's a wonderful focus. The trucking industry's not been kind, I would say, to most drivers. Joe, what do you have to say?
Oh yeah, it's chewed up a lot of drivers, and I know female drivers are definitely at a disadvantage. And I think that's changing, thanks to efforts by Jennifer and her group and some other groups out there. But it's traditionally been a male-dominated industry, and again, real challenging for a female. Absolutely.
Well, I mean, if we just look at the convention, or the conference here that we're at, okay? when I first came to the Food Shippers Conference, there weren't many females in the whole conference. And, now today, look.
Yeah,
So I think they've made huge strides.
they have. Look at the, there's a session this afternoon, supply chain interns. Everyone is a female. It's like from 5 or 6 different companies. So again, that shows you the progress that has been made in supply chain transportation for women.
So when you talk about women in trucking, is there a focus on the driver or at every role throughout the industry?
It's a focus on every role throughout the industry. We have specific programs and initiatives targeted to drivers, but our membership runs the gamut, from driver all the way up to a CEO of a major company. We like to say that women in trucking represents the driver, women in the driver's seat, all the way up to women in the corner suite, and everyone in between. So many professions within trucking are represented here, represented within women in trucking, and a lot of different phases of careers. So we target certainly bringing women into transportation earlier in their career, and also working with women who are at various stages of their career as well.
So you have upcoming a Salute to Women Behind the Wheel at the Mats.
We do, yes.
In Louisville.
Yes.
And that's upcoming in March?
March 22nd at the Mid-American Trucking Show. We have what we call Salute to Women Behind the Wheel. It's specifically a celebration for female CDL holders. And it's on Friday afternoon. It's free to any woman who is at MATS and has a CDL. And we simply celebrate trucking and celebrate women in trucking. We take the opportunity. We have expos, an expo and celebration. We give some awards away. We have an award that we call Driver of the Year. We give that away at Salute. Women in Trucking also has a foundation. This is a fundraiser as well for the foundation. So it's really an afternoon of celebration and honoring and allowing women who drive to get together and be with one another and celebrate their journey.
What a great cause. I know over the years, after 31 years of transportation, I've had some phenomenal drivers that were men and women. The women were probably easier to work with than a lot of the men, the truth be told. Joe, does that?
Yeah, I mean, my experience, I had the Nestle private fleet for a number of years, and the women drivers were always the safest. We rarely got complaints about them. They're really good with the customers and really good with our office staff, which, again, there were a lot of women there, so it was very refreshing when you get compliments about this driver did this, and
Absolutely.
two out of three times was one of our women drivers.
And there's data out there. Atri has data. You're getting ready to chat with Rebecca Brewster. They have data on the safety of drivers, and shows that women are safer. They take less risk when they're driving. So what you're experiencing is actually proven by research.
I would agree with that. That doesn't surprise me at all. Now, what's coming up in November?
We have our annual conference, Accelerate, and we'll be celebrating our 10th year of this conference.
That's a big moment.
It's a big moment, and we're going to celebrate the heck out of it, that's for sure. And so that'll be November 10th through 13th in Dallas.
Dallas,
yes.
it's a good market.
It's a good market. We've been at this location for a number of years. It's been a great spot for us. This past year we had 1,700 attendees.
Wow.
And so, yes, primarily women. We have I think about 12% of our attendees are men. Everyone is welcome at our conference. Everyone's welcome to participate with Women in Trucking as an organization. But it's an opportunity for folks to come together. There's a trade show. We have truck and trailer displays. We have 6 tracks within our educational content, and ample time for folks to come together network and create business opportunities for themselves.
That's wonderful. So you got a packed calendar for the year.
We have a packed calendar for the year.
And
yes.
every time I turn around here, you're talking to somebody. So,
there are a lot of people here to talk to, and it's been terrific for us. And it's, really interesting opportunities to educate folks on women in trucking. We do have a trailer here as well, our Whitney trailer that's been outside, so folks can go through that, experience the simulator.
We'll share that with the listeners. We've got video.
Good. Oh, great. Terrific. Terrific.
We're prepared to share it.
Good.
Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you.
For what you're doing for our organization, Food Shippers, and from Stay in Your Lane. Thank you.
Just one timely announcement here. This is very nice that Jennifer's here, because last week we saw that Shelley Simpson with J.B. Hunt was named the CEO. Shelley's been there since 1994 and started as a customer service rep, and now she's the CEO. So to Jennifer's point about starting the lower tiers and moving all the way up, it's a perfect example.
Wonderful. That's a great story.
And she knows me personally.
That poor girl.
J.B. Hunt's a fantastic supporter of women in trucking, and Shelley as well, and we just could not be happier for her.
She absolutely deserves it. She is really sharp.
Yes,
Special.
really sharp.
Don't
yeah.
you? Yeah. Those the women that make an impact, it's indelible.
It truly is.
Absolutely. Well, thank you again for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And until next time, stay in your lane.